me a thumbs up that you can hear me. And good morning and happy Independence Day, everybody. I tried to be festive here, as you can see, red, white, and blue. And I'm just going to give a few minutes for everyone to join. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for letting me know. I have contacts on and I don't see so well with them as I do with my glasses, but it's easier to move. So I want to get started. I just want to say, for those of us who are American, I do want to thank the armed forces and also our health heroes, because it is Independence Day. But most importantly, we're gathering today to honor my good friend, Jennifer Stacey. And I have a number of tributes here that people have sent in. And as people are joining, I wanted to share some thoughts with you and some of their tributes and words. And then we'll get moving as Jen would have liked us to do. So the first thing I wanted to say, and I'll say this again at the end, is that Jen's dear husband, Bob, has created, well, he's working on creating a foundation, an educational foundation in Jennifer's memory. And some people have asked, is there a charitable contribution that we can make in Jen's memory and in her honor? And it's not quite formed yet because it's complicated to make a nonprofit, but I'm holding up here. Oh, shoot, I can't hold it up. I just remembered that Instagram Live is backwards. So I'll read it to you. You can send an email to jstacey, that's jstacey foundation. So it's jstaceyfoundation at earthlink.net. And if anybody has a question about that, you can always DM me and I will pass on the email. I just realized I was like all prepared to hold this card up and I'm sure it's backwards. So I can even see on my feed that it's backwards. So anyway, I'll announce that again at the end. But if you want to do anything in Jennifer's memory, the idea is Jen was such a brainiac and so into continuing education that this foundation, hopefully annually, could help fund someone who wants to become a Pilates teacher, perhaps a dancer, changing careers midlife, something like that. So it's a great idea and absolutely in keeping with who Jen was. So great idea, Bob. So I did want to just say a little bit about Jen while we're waiting for folks to continue joining. She was born July 4th, so today is her birthday, in 1963. So today would have been her 58th birthday. And I did speak to her a week before she passed, which was on May 28th. It was a Friday. And I had spoken to her just the week before. She was amazing. I know many of you out there in the community are shocked because we've kind of missed a year here that she was ill at all. And I did know that she was ill last year, but being a very private, kind of shy person, unless you were talking to her personally, she wasn't going to disclose that to the Pilates community at large. So many of us, I know, when the word got out finally that Jen had passed, went, what happened? About the time that COVID was shutting down everybody across the world, but most especially the Bay Area of San Francisco, where Jen and her husband Bob live. San Francisco was one of the first places to shut down, and Jen noticed a lump in her abdomen and couldn't get into, San Francisco to see her homeopathic doctor. Kind of didn't do anything for a little while and finally began to feel some symptoms, stomach upset and bowel problems. And turned out she had cancer of the bile duct. So it's a very rare cancer according to Bob. And there was one treatment that she was able to take and it really helped for a time. Things seem to be going well, and Jen, like all of us who love teaching, was right on Zoom, right on top of it, right away, teaching her clients both in San Francisco and in her studio, Half Moon Bay, farming out equipment, just kept going. And then along about December, her treatment did not have any effect anymore, and she took a downhill slide. We laughed together a lot because she was recently on Instagram like myself, and she kept doing these beautiful posts, and I would say, Jen, you haven't hashtagged anybody. Nobody's going to follow you, and we would laugh about that. But we were in contact, and as I said, I talked to her about a week before she passed, and she was still teaching 4 to 5 hours a day, all her clients. Just that's what fed her and kept her going. And by the way, for all you Pilates aficionados out there and all the breathing we're going to do later today in Jen's honor, she was bragging to me a week before she passed. They had all this oxygen ready for her because the cancer had metastasized by this time, gosh, all over her body, but most particularly into her lungs. And they couldn't believe her oxygen levels. She didn't need the oxygen a week before she passed. She was still steaming along, and that's thanks to why we're all here and why we love Jen and we love what we do, Pilates. So that's a testament to our work and all of you who are out there carrying it on. Anyway, I think someone is taking notes about the chat, but I did ask for tributes, and so I'm just going to start reading, and then we'll get going moving. The first tribute I want to read is from Kathleen Stacey, who is Jen's mom. And many of you may not know, in fact, I didn't know, that Jen was a twin. She has a twin brother named Christopher, and he lives in Colorado, where Jen grew up. So he's still very much with us, and Jen also has an older sister named Katrina. So shout out to family, and condolences for your loss. And all of us here are close friends and colleagues, people who were touched by Jen maybe once, maybe many times, but we're all gathered here in her honor. So Kathleen wrote me an email the other day. We've never met. She said, I am Kathleen Stacey. I was the mom, well, you still are, Kathleen, the mom of our wonderful, talented Jennifer. I'd like to thank you for doing this tribute. I know she has contributed to health worldwide through Pilates, and thank you. And absolutely, I hope that we're early enough. It's early here in LA, but I'm hoping that some of Jen's colleagues are tuning in from Europe. So I am going to read now, just in no particular order, but just because I have, I'm sorry, I'm recording this on another phone, just so we have a background. This is from Laurence Thibault in France. I hope I pronounced that right, Laurent. I hope my English will be good enough to write about my feelings. I met Jennifer 13 years ago in Paris when she was teaching with Martine Curtis Oakes. I have been translating her workshop a few times, and she finally came to teach a workshop in my own studio. She had an interview with Mark Pedri for his film about the Pilates Method. She wrote me a few months ago and told me about her cancer. I learned 2 days ago that she passed away. This was sent, by the way, to Bob Valley is Jen's husband. I feel so sad and so sorry for your loss. I hope she went away peacefully, and by the way, she did. About 1:15 in the morning on May 28th, Jen went to sleep surrounded by her friends at home in her bed. So she did go away peacefully. This is Laurent again. She was so smart, so kind, and supportive. I would not be the teacher I am. I would not be the human being I am if I did not meet Jennifer on my path. Each day after class I teach for more than 10 years. She is with me. I am using her cues, her images, her principles. Her work about the system was so brilliant, and she was so humble about that, and boy, was she ever humble. That's what I wanted to tell you, so that you know that a part of her work and a part of her as the person she was is keeping on living here in France and all over the world. I will do my best to honor what I learned from her. I hope you are supported by family and friends in this time that is so painful. Amitié, Laurence. So this is why we are gathered together, because we needed to have some kind of a send-off for Jen, and I hope that this is a joyous one. All right, this was written by Jen and Bob's friend Jarmo Ahonen. There's a lovely photo here, but I don't know that it's going to show up. It's a little bit of an obituary. It's a little long. I may cut it short just a little, Jarmo. Jarmo is in Finland, but they met many times at the International Dance Medicine conferences, and this particular one that the photo is from was in Finland, Helsinki, in 2018. So here's what Jarmo had to say about Jen. Our beloved friend and known to all, Pilates mastermind Jennifer Stacey passed away. He wrote June 1st, but I believe it was May 28th, a Friday. Jennifer was a lifelong IDEMS member, that's International Dance Medicine, and contributor of her wisdom both in movement perspectives for dancers and Pilates training especially. She was a keen supporter of IDEMS and developed Pilates-based training for dancers to the next level. On June 1st, 2021, Finland time zone, I received a phone call from California and Bob Valley, Jen's husband, who told me the sad news that my best friend had passed away this morning around 5 o'clock West Coast time. She was not only my friend, but also a mentor and my Pilates teacher who taught me the secrets of precise movement and also certified me as one of the Pilates instructor family. We met first time at the 7th annual meeting of IDEMS in the UK. I was told by our dancers at the Finnish National Ballet that I should be educated to become a Pilates instructor. Jen and I sat next to each other, listened to one of the lectures, and when I asked what she was doing, she told me she was teaching Pilates and giving instructor training. I told her I was interested, and I lived at that point in California, East Bay, San Fran. So her studio at Peak Performance was then located in the city of San Francisco, and it suited very well for me. So when I got back home, I was ready. Jen took me through the training with a very loving and careful touch and thorough knowledge of the Pilates method. It changed my life totally after being trained by physiotherapy school in Helsinki before that. The amount of knowledge that Jen had about human movement was so unbelievable and amazing. I can never thank her enough for all the good she provided with her teaching. My condolences go to Bob Valley, Jennifer's husband, who took care of our beloved friend through the critical times of her illness that finally took her life. Rest in peace, Jen. We love you. All right, thank you, Jarmo. This is a quick one from Sunny Almond in Las Vegas, Nevada. I had heard Jen passed, but I never saw anything about her fight, had no idea what had happened, like many of us out there. She was a wonderful human and teacher. It broke my heart to hear of her passing. I only met her a couple of times and took a chair workshop with at one of Siri Dharma's events long ago. She was generous and kind. The industry misses her. There should be more like her. Warmly, Sunny Almond. From Vanessa Lind. I'm not sure, I think Vanessa's from the Bay Area. I am delighted by your celebration of Jen's life. I'm a longtime student of Jen's and also part of IPA. That is Immersion Pilates. Jen also had a certification for Pilates in the water. Some of you may have taken her classes. I taught the demos with Alex and Gabby at the last PMA conference of IPA. I just wanted to say that my grandmother, Jane Arlene Squires, loved words, and she taught me that the word enjoy means to render something joyful by the love that you put into it, and that's actually exactly how Jennifer taught her Pilates. Her love of Pilates and teaching nourished us like sunshine syrup, and her words and her sparkle will never be forgotten as they are now a part of us. We are so grateful, and we will continue to infuse others with that joy and love in honor of Jen. I am planting 111. I'm not sure why it's 111, but it's probably a lucky number. I'm planting 111 Siberian purple iris bulbs for Jen along my driveway in the fall to bloom every year as a tribute. Isn't that lovely? What a great idea. She'll be with her forever. All right. Here's from Lori Nuger, very short. I am so glad you are doing this class. I only started working with Jennifer last fall, so keep in mind that was, she probably never met Jen. It was all on Zoom. We had a short time together, but I learned so much from her. She had so much to offer, a wonderful teacher and a beautiful soul. Looking forward to tribute class. Well, here we are. Okay. This is from my good friend who I've never met in person either, Alex Ricci. It turned out Alex was taking some of my online classes during COVID, and we became close and realized that we had Jen in common. Alex is also one of the teachers certified in Jen's Immersion Pilates. I will always remember Jen's sheer determination, confidence in the work, love and respect for her Pilates elders, and the people she was training. Her love of horses. She said, I got my biceps from mucking stalls. That must have been back in Colorado growing up, Jen. And she loved photography as well, among Pilates and kinesiology. She carried me through some rough times and some life-changing ones too. This deep loss of her passing is included in that. I feel honored to have crossed her path and to have had her as my mentor in this Pilates movement life. Her vibrant energy and utter truth remain an inspiration. From Amit Younger, who lives in the UK, in London. I met Jennifer only once, a few years ago, when she visited London, UK for workshops. Her deep knowledge and understanding of movement and her beautiful, quiet, yet strong spirit shone through. Jennifer was a unique gem in our Pilates community and a model teacher trainer. My condolences and love to her family and good friends. Amit. Thank you, Amit. Okay, I'm watching the time and realizing I've got to get through these because we want to get moving. But this is so important for everyone. This is from Roberta Kirschenbaum, and it's the last one. Roberta and I share a route. We both worked for Corolla Trier. And Jen and I, by the way, share lots of common first-generation teachers, but Jen being a little younger than me, well, quite a bit younger, I think 8 or 9 years, we never met while we were training with these various first-gen teachers, but Roberta had quite a different experience. She and Jen trained together quite a bit, and so this is what Roberta wrote. To know Jen was to love Jen. She was adored by her husband Bob, whom she equally adored. My dear Jennifer, we knew one another for a very long time. 30 years ago, when the Pilates Method was relatively unknown, we were young teachers and, of course, students of many of the first-generation teachers, Corolla Trier, Kathy Grant, Romana Krizanawa, Eve Gentry, Ron Fletcher, etc. In the dance world, our teachers were Marika Molnar and Irene Dowd. You were always my inspiration. We eagerly gobbled up the learning, and neither of us could get enough of it, like most of us, right? We helped one another to grow. We shared our knowledge, and we both learned to appreciate the value of being a forever student. Isn't that all of us, too? We also learned the sheer joy of passing on that knowledge to others. And Jen was doing that right up to the last. A week before she passed, she was online teaching. I know this for a fact. Blew me away. All right, this is the end of the tributes. Roberta writes, Jen, you accomplished so much. You have reached and touched many around the world. You touched me deeply by sharing the love of your life, Bob. Bob, thanks for gigging in New York so I could be around Jen more often. Jen, I know you will continue cheerleading for me from above as I imagine you will guide me as I pass on the knowledge we first shared together as young Pilates teachers. You are a legacy and you will never be forgotten. Happy birthday and rest in peace, sweet angel. Love, Roberta. And I thought that was so lovely that would be a good closing. I'm going to try and figure out how to turn off the comments now because they're rolling and I want you to be able to see. Let me see. I've never done this. There's 3 dots and I turn off commenting. All right, the commenting is off and I'm going to turn up the light and we're going to move in Jen's honor now. I do have some decor here. I hope you see that I have American flags and balloons for Jen. I'm going to keep it a little bit simple and try and get in a little bit of tribute work to each of the elders that Jen and I worked with. So we're going to start standing. I'm not even sure. I have to say, I'm just adjusting my other camera. I have a backup camera. I want to say that I never took many classes from Jen. We would meet up at PMA and we'd try to teach each other's classes, take each other's classes, but as often happened, we were scheduled to teach at the same time. So I have a little bit of a different style, but I know that it'll touch on a lot of her mentors, and I want to channel Jen. So let's just take a moment, stand with your feet. I'm going to stand off the mat for now. I just have a mat, a pillow, and a roll-up bar, and that's all you're going to need. And if you don't have a roll-up bar, you're going to fake it. Let's bring the feet right together, and we want to ground ourselves for a moment. So just for one moment, let's bring the palms of the hands together at the heart center and close our eyes if you can balance there. And just let's bring in Jen's spirit and her generosity and how much she loved teaching and sharing her extensive knowledge. And hope that she's watching from above and helping us channel a nice workout today for all of us. So let's stand with the feet pressed together, and this is pure Ron. We're going to get our foot centers. So let's inhale through the nose and lift all 10 toes up. Exhale, drop the toes down. Exhale, 5. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 1. And feel those foot centers, the tripod of the foot. That's Corolla. She would call the tripod the big toe to the little toe to the heel. And then we're going to put magnets up the legs, in the inner thighs. The ankles draw together, the inner thighs. And we meet in this area that Corolla called the bridge, Romano called the powerhouse. And we want to draw front to back, side to side, and from the base of the feet right through the crown of the head. Let's reach the fingertips down long with lots of energy. And inhale, reach the palms up, touch them together overhead. And exhale, drop the chin, bring the arms down. Do that again. Inhale, reach up, stretch the ribs away from the pelvis, get taller. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, reach down. Keep that energy through the palms of the hands. Let's shrug. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale up. Exhale, drop down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, drop down. Now, we're going to, I'm just turning sideways. I'm keeping my body straight vertical, tracking the knees over the toes. Palms of the hands are now facing backwards. Inhale, bend both knees. Pretend you're on the reformer, so squeeze those thighs together. Exhale, pull the arms back, almost like chest expansion. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pull back. Once again, inhale, forward. Exhale, pull back. And one more time, inhale, forward. Exhale, pull back. Now, turn the palms to face you and open the feet, Pilates V. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and inhale. Hold the Pilates V, and now, once again, bending the knees. Keep the body vertical. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull up 4 times. 2, inhale, exhale. 3, pull that marionette string up. Inhale, and exhale. All right, so that was a little bit of Ron, very small. We're going to go to the mat now, and we're going to do a little Kathy Grant. So, of course, if you worked with Kathy, you know we have to start with her cats. So come to your mat, and let's position our hands directly under the shoulders and the knees directly under the hips. So we're in a quadruped position. And we're going to exhale, dome and round the spine. Draw the head and tail together. Really suck the belly up into the spine, round the back. Inhale, roll through the spine and arch. Keep the belly lifted even though you're arched. Exhale, drop the head down. Inhale, roll and release. 2 more times. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, release. And exhale, drop down. And inhale, release. So I have a different era of sexy cat probably than Jen taught, but this is the Henry Bendel's Kathy Grant era. So keep your body square in the upper body. Swing your hips like you're doing the Watusi to one side, center, the other side, center. So just placing the hips off to one side, hip stretch to the other side. Now, look over your shoulder and try to see your rump behind you. So head and tail draw together on one side, come center, go the other side, center, and side to side, and side to side. Now, be very careful. Some people get dizzy. Wag to your first side on an in-breath. Roll the head and tail back to that domed cat. As you exhale, swing the hips all the way around, the head all the way around, and pan around, full circle. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, roll it around. One more. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, roll it around. Let's switch it. Switch to the other side. In breath. Exhale, dome the back. Inhale, swing it around. Exhale, dome the back. Inhale, swing it around. One more. Exhale, dome the back. Inhale, and swing it around. Come to a neutral flat back tabletop position. Here's a little Eve Gentry for you. This is what we would call the pregnant cat abs. Now I have a little bit of a baggy shirt, but be sure you're not sinking into your scapula. Press the shoulder blades flat against the back of the ribs. Stay completely aligned, and you're going to in-breath and let your belly hang like you've got some kittens in there. So don't change your spine. Let your belly hang. Just the stomach muscles relax. Inhale. Exhale. Don't change your spine. Draw the abdominals against the pull of gravity up into your spine. Again. Inhale. Let the belly hang. Exhale. Draw those kittens up into your spine, but don't change the spine. One more. Let the belly hang. So this is a great isometric exercise for those lower abdominals. Take one hand diagonally front about 4 inches. I guess that's probably about 7 centimeters. I'm not sure, Europeans. Once again, let your belly hang. Don't change the spine. Exhale. Pull the kittens up. Again, inhale. Exhale. Pull the kittens up. Once again. Exhale, pull the kittens up. You should feel a little more on that one side, on those obliques. Switch it out. Other side. Inhale, let the kittens hang. Don't change the spine. Exhale, draw them up. Once again, inhale. Exhale. And last time. Exhale. Draw them up. Bring both hands back underneath you. Spread those fingers wide. Tuck all 10 toes under on the walk, and we're going to stand up in an inverted V and just tread the feet. So lift one heel, push through the arch. Check as you switch that that heel disappears behind your ankle. So those feet are aligned right underneath you. And just keep walking it out. And press both heels up. Breathe in. Exhale. Push both heels down. Now, let's do a little upstretch, almost like we're on the reformer. So we're going to in-breath, the heels lift high, high forced arch, pull the tummy way up like you're doing the pull-ups on the chair, dome the back, bring your chin to your chest, and start walking your hands forward. This is where the reformer bed would move. Roll through a bullet train upper back, and then let the hips hang all the way down. In breath there. Pike your hips, walk your hands back.
drop the heels down. Let's do that faster. In breath up. Lift into your high-low abs all the way through chin to the chest. Walk your hands forward and lift the stretch. This is almost like down stretch. Pike, one more time. Walk back. Push those heels down. Last time. In breath up. Draw into the low abs. Squeeze the tush. Upper back, chin to the chest. Roll forward all the way down. Bend those knees. Down stretch here. Tuck your tail, drop your head, and come all the way back to rest position or child's pose. Hold here for a couple of cycles of breath, breathing like a fish into the back of the ribs, the gills open. In breath. Exhale, curl the tailbone under. And once again, breathe in. And exhale. All right, let's flip over onto our backs. I'm trying to figure out which way is better to have my head. I think maybe this way. So we'll roll down nicely, Pilates style. Walk your feet far enough away from you that you're sitting up tall, feet hip width apart. Start with that nice erect spine that we began with. Breathe in and go into that C curve by curling the tailbone under, drop the chin just a little, scoop it out, and inhale, sit up out of the hips. Let's do that 3 times. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, curl. This time, climb down the back of the thighs. Really work to get the waist down. Hold it there in the breathing 100 curled shape. Breathe in. Tighten your seatbelt, low belly. Exhale, rolling back up. And pull that marionette string, focus the eyes, breathe in. Again, exhale, scoop out, climbing down the legs. This time, walk your feet just a little closer. Hold that shape. If you can keep your head up, go for it. Breathe in, tighten your seatbelt. Exhale, let's float one leg off the mat. And place it down. We're back to Kathy Grant, by the way. Breathe in, exhale, although Eve Gentry also did these. Other side, breathe in. Tighten your seatbelt before you lift the leg. Exhale and lift. Breathe in. Exhale and lift. Big breath in, rolling back up on the exhale. Pull that belly in, roll the ribs over the hips, and sit up tall. Breathe in. Exhale one more time. If you need to, put your head down. You'll still get work out of it. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, lift the first leg. Breathe in. Exhale, deepen the abs. Float the second leg off. Breathe in. Put the first leg down. And second leg down. Start the pattern from the second leg. Breathe in. Tighten your seatbelt. Exhale, float one leg up. Breathe in. Exhale, other leg up. No pooched bellies. Breathe in. Place the foot down. And other foot down. Roll up one more time. Ready? In breath. Exhale. Curl. Roll, 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 roll. And sit up. All right, the final thing. Both legs at once. Ready? Breathe in. Exhale. Curl down. One vertebrae at a time. Hold it there. Breathe in. Tighten your seatbelt. Exhale. Lift both legs. And lower. 2 more times. Breathe in. Both legs. Drag that low belly in. One more. Exhale. Both legs. And this time, roll down and just hug your knees in. So we're going to squeeze the air out. Release the knees on an in-breath. Exhale. Don't curl your tail this time. Stay in neutral spine. Exhale. Zip up and squeeze the air out. Once again, breathe in. Exhale. Squeeze the air out. All right. So we're going to do a Corolla now. Double leg stretch. So we're going to take the hands and stretch out on an in-breath. Bring the body up. Inhale. Hold it there. Massage over the top of your shins. Exhale and roll down. Repeat. Inhale. Massage over the top of the thighs. Exhale. Draw the abs in. Feels almost like coordination on the reformer. Inhale. Press out. Pull the low abs in. Exhale. Come back. Let's go into the hundreds now. So we're going to inhale. Push out. And rotate the legs laterally. Exhale, release the arms. In for 5, Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Shh, 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 shh. 3. Shh, 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 shh. 4. Shh, 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 shh. 5. Shh, 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 shh. If you're able, lift your arms up, roll your head and arms down, legs lower, and grab your roll-up bar. All right, so flex the feet, dig the heels into the floor or into your mat, and let's do for a moment, this is another little Eve Gentry, Kathy Grant thing, we're going to do the puppet arms. So if you don't have a bar, you can just do this without. Lift your shoulder blades off the back on an inhale, off the mat, and exhale, drop them down. Inhale, exhale, drop them down. One more time. Inhale, exhale, drop them down. Now this is your window frame. We're going to float the window frame back. Keep those shoulder blades on the mat. And inhale, make your window. Exhale, look through your window, rolling up into a C shape. Rolling back down. In breath to the back of the shoulders. Exhale, float the bar back. We'll do 5. Inhale, exhale, scoop up. Rounding forward. Draw the shoulder blades apart across the back of the ribs and release. 3 more. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, rolling up. Breathe in. Draw those shoulders down the back and release. Inhale. Exhale. Roll up. Inhale. And I've already lost count, so we'll do one more. Sorry. Inhale. It might be 6. Exhale, roll up, inhale, and exhale, release. Take your knees into your chest, and you're going to be your own best teacher, I forgot to say, but please do what you're able to do and limit yourself. It may be too easy for some people and too difficult for others. So we're going to press the arms down. The legs are at 90 to begin with. Pointed toes, squeeze those legs together the way we began class. Inhale, over, open hip width, flex the feet. Exhale, roll the spine down, circle the legs. Inhale, together, over. Flex, reach out of the heels as you imprint the spine down. And we'll just do 3. This is 3. And then we're going to reverse it. So the legs lower, point the toes, legs open. Together, glue those legs together, flex feet. And roll down, circle away. Inhale over, reach out of the heels, exhale down. One more, inhale over, together, flex, exhale. If you're healthy, point your toes very slowly, lower those legs all the way down to the mat. All right, so we're up to the one leg circle. I'm going to use a pillow. I like to have a pillow. That's a Corolla thing. She always wanted a pillow under everyone's head. So stretch one leg up in the air, and let's just work the feet a little bit. I don't think there was an elder that didn't want to work the feet. A first generation teacher, right? So flex the toes, ball of the foot, heel, reach, heel, ball, toe. Toe, ball, heel, ball, toe. One more, toe, ball, heel, ball, toe. Flex the foot, let's rotate it around. 1, and stop, center. 2, center, knee over the toes. 3, reverse. 3, and 2, and 1. Now, point the foot that's up there, flex the foot that's on the mat. Your choice, either parallel or lateral hip rotation. Reach that leg across on an in-breath. Exhale, toss and catch. Inhale, exhale, toss and catch. Inhale, exhale, toss and catch. Reverse. Inhale, exhale, toss and catch. And 2. So the catch is your exhale. 3. Bend that knee, squeeze it into your chest, and stretch it down. And bring the other leg up. Let's flex and point. Toes, ball of the foot, heel, ball, toe. Toe, ball, heel, ball, toe. One more, toe, ball, heel, ball, toe. Flex the foot, 3 circles. Don't move anything else, just the ankle and the foot. 2, oh, I got a pop. I don't know if you heard that. And reverse it. and 2, and 3. Keep that foot pointed, parallel or lateral hip rotation, your choice. Flex the foot on the floor. Really feel that hip on the floor, helping keep your pelvis stable. And leg circle. 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Reverse it. Inhale, exhale, 3, and 2, and 1. And bend that knee, squeeze it in. Take both knees into your chest. Remove a pillow if you have one. And let's roll right up to the front of the mat for rolling like a ball. Breathe in. Exhale and roll up. Scoot yourself right to the edge of your mat. And see if you can find a hover with the toes not touching. Take a quick in-breath. This is Corola's breathing, by the way. It's a little different from Ramana. We're going to do a 2-part exhale on the roll, so it may be new for some of you. In-breath in the balance point. Quick in-breath. 2-part exhale. Roll. In-breath. Exhale. In-breath. Exhale. 3. We'll just do 5. And 4, and my headrest is falling off. 5. I guess we're done with that. All right. So now move your hands to the middle of the mat. Scoot your tush between your hands. Curl down one leg into the chest for single leg stretch. In breath as the legs pass one another. Pointed feet. Ready? Both knees into the chest. Slight frog. Let your head rest for a moment. Slight frog opening. So I have my toes touching, but my knees are open. I'm going to roll myself up like I've just done rolling like a ball. I'm holding the top of my knees. This is Corola's double leg stretch. So we're going to stretch the arms and legs away from one another on an in-breath. Hold the in-breath, circle those arms, feel the underarms to the side, and then exhale, drag it all together, squeeze the air out. Stretch, inhale, 1, circle wide, 2, exhale, pull it together, 3. Inhale, 1, circle wide, 2, exhale, pull it together, 3, 1 more. Reach wide through the fingers, pull in the low abs, curl yourself up, and roll up to seated. All right, let's do spine stretch. So we're going to stretch those legs out, shoulder width apart, a little wider than your mat. And this is again Corola's version of spine stretch. We're going to hold one thumb with the other, press the palms of the hands down, draw those sitting bones together and the energy up through your spine. Flex feet, breathe in. Lift up and drip forward, curling. 1, reach the hands forward. 2, reach the hands forward. 3, inhale, point the feet, roll up through the spine. Again, exhale, reach. 1, 2, 3, point. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, rolling up. 1 more. Exhale, 2, 3, point. Inhale, rolling up. And let's do our saw. Bring the arms out to the side. Make that T, yes, a crossed T of energy. Reach out of the fingertips. Reach out of the crown of the head. Flex the feet. Reach out of the heels. In-breath, tall to twist. Exhale, reach. Inhale, tall to twist. Exhale, reach. Inhale, tall, wind it around. Exhale, reach. Feel that back arm working. Reach behind you. Inhale, reach, exhale, and inhale, reach, exhale. Come back to center, point your feet, scoot yourself forward once again, and let's open leg rocker. Try the same breathing that we did for rolling like a ball. So, nice in-breath, double exhale, roll back and up. Inhale, woo, what a fight. Exhale, roll back and up. I shouldn't have had that coffee. Back and up. 2 more. Back and up. In breath. Exhale, back and up. Woo! Hold your balance. See if you can hold that V with your legs. Release them. Bring your arms out so you're kind of in an open V teaser. Bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together. And let's roll down on an exhale and all the way back. And flip over onto your tummy. All right. So this is speed Pilates. With Instagram, there's not a lot of time. All right, so slow. I'm not great anymore with swan dive. As a matter of fact, for me, swan works better with a pillow under the hips. This is called the aging spine. So please do more if you're capable, but I'm going to start nice and slow. I'm going to keep my feet a little bit apart also to reduce the pressure in my low back. My fingers are spread wide under the shoulders, and I'm pulling those elbows in towards my lowest ribs and waist, pressing the body up on an in-breath. And exhale, diving down, lifting the legs. Inhale, front body up. Exhale, legs. Inhale, front. Exhale, legs. A little faster up, and if you can, lift those hands as you dive. If you can do it without your hands, go for it. I'm not going to do that today. And one more time. Press up, lift your chest. Sit back to rest position for a moment. Breathe. And we're going to go right away into side leg kick because I'm watching the time. And we don't have a lot left, and I want to at least give you something balanced, right? So we're going to side lie to the back edge of the mat, elbow, shoulder, hips to the back edge, feet flexed to the front edge. Now, this is another Eve Gentry concept here. We want to think, put both hands behind the head for a moment so you could see here about the rib imprinting. So depending on your waist and your hips, right, you're going to lift that rib up and lower it down. And lift it up and lower down. Lift up and lower down. Now lift the feet. See if you can hold the rib up and lift the feet, squeezing them together. Lower down. Lift and lower down. And lift and lower down. Top leg up for leg kicks. Ready? In breath forward. Exhale back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, in honor of Ramona, we're going to do hot potato. So flex that back foot, the top leg, and we're going to just do 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s. Yeah, there's not a lot of time. So make sure you lift like it's hot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift behind. 2, 3, 4. To the front. 2, 3. Lift back. 2, 3, and 1. 2 and 1. 2. Repeat the 2s. 2 single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lift up and point both toes. Let's swivel around so we can see each other. Well, you can see me. I guess we're not on Zoom, are we? Okay. And take the same position you were on the other side. Rib imprint. Lift up and down. 3 times. Inhale and exhale. Fill that lung. Inhale and exhale. Lift the heels. Can you hold the rib up and lift the heels? 1 and 2 and 3. Lower that bottom leg. Lift the top. Leg kicks 5 times. Ready? Inhale. Point. Exhale. And 2. Release. And 3. Release. And 4. I hope you're sweating. And 5. Release. Hot potato. 4s. Ready? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Lift behind. 2, 3, 4. 3s. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. 2s. 1, 2. Twice with the 2s. Again. 2 and 2. Singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lift up, point, and relax. Let's flip back onto the tummy. This is actually a little exercise that I learned from Kathy Kathy Grant, and it's sort of embroidered on. So this is a challenge. We're going to make a pillow for our forehead, bring the legs open into a V just outside the mat. And what we're going to do here in technical terms, which Jen would have loved, is posterior tilt. I call it tucking, right? Tucking the tail. So we're going to hollow the belly. We'll lift the belly right above the pubic bone, and there should be, I have a baggy shirt, but if you put your hand under there, you should be balanced on your pubic bone and your lowest ribs. So you're tucking the tail under and release. On an exhale, breathe in, exhale, hollow the belly, tuck and hold, really squeeze the base of the tush and relax. And one more. Exhale, hold, hold, hold. Now reach out of your toes without losing that little tucked tail. Lengthen, don't lift your legs, just let them hover, they can even touch the mat, but keep the tummy lifted and beat the heels together. Percussive breath from Ron. 3, 4, we'll go for 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Just roll your hips from side to side. Let's do a little pelvic clock here. So side to side is 3 and 9. When you arch your tush up, you're in 6. And when you do that tuck we just practiced, you're in 12. So roll the hips around 3 times in each direction. Little inchworm, arch, shift, and reverse it. Roll those hips around. And last time. And let's press back to rest position once again. And we'll come to kneeling side kick. So you have a choice here. You can either be hip width apart, which is a little more stable, or knees right together, the way we began class, wrapping the thighs around. So we're going to bring the hands out to the side and behind the head, and we reach out to one side and extend the opposite leg. So I'm going to go here and stretch that leg out, and that top leg lifts up. Let's leg kick here. Inhale 2, exhale back 2, and reach. Just 5, and reach, and 4, and reach, and 5, and reach. Big grand rond de jambe. That means a big leg circle. Bring it front, up to the back and around. Just 3 times. 2, reach out like you're tracing a circle with your toe. 3, and reach forward. Reverse, back, and around. 2, and around. 3, all the way up and around. And come right back up to that start position. Squeeze those thighs. Other side. Lift the leg. Flex it forward. Inhale. Reach behind. And 2. Reach behind. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 1 more. And reach forward. Big circle. 1. Breathe in. Exhale. 2. And reach 3. All the way around to the front. Reverse. 3. And 2. And 1. And come up. And let's sit to one hip. And we'll do a little mermaid. I have a funky hip, so I need a pillow when I shift to the other side. So grab the outside ankle. Reach that arm way out. Fold over your head. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Really breathe into that open rib. Exhale, stretch. And reach the arm out. Lift up. And I look like I'm a little out of the camera, but come to your elbow and stretch over. And reach up. And fold over. And reach that arm. And this time lift your hip up. And once again, all the way over. Reach out. And lift that hip up and reach the leg out. And come back. All right, so now we're wound to this side. We're going to reach up and shift to the other side. And reach all the way over. Now I need to move back this way, I think. It's hard with the narrow camera angle. Fold all the way over, fill that lung, breathe, stretch, 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 and reach the arm out, lift up, and come over. Reaching up like you're in a bubble and you want to touch it over your head through that whole arc, reach out. And this time lift, sorry I came to the elbow, but you could come to your arm too if you wanted to come higher. And reach up, fold, and stretch, and all the way over, lift the leg. And you know I could do more, but we're running out of time. So, not to forget the hip twister. I love this little prep that Ramana used to teach that she called can-can. So I've got my hands out to the side and palms down, and I'm going to twist my knees. This is very Hollywood pin-up girl. Turn your head one way, the knees the other. Pull the abs into switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Switch the first way, shoot the legs out, in, and switch, 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 out, in, and switch, switch. You might notice you walk forward on your back. Now, start out there, bring them center around. Oops, I fell off my mat. Let's start with the legs straight, it'll be easier. Okay, so now we're going into hip twister. Ready? Inhale, exhale, up and around. Now, hopefully you're going bigger than me. I got these long legs, and twist around. And one more set, twist around, and twist around. Bend both knees. I call it shaving the ears. Shave your ears, reach way up. And round over for a moment. Let's just take a little break here. Opening the sides and back to the ribs. Breathe in, exhale. Okay, so we need another rolling exercise, I think, to finish. And we'll do corkscrew, because that kind of, not corkscrew, sorry, boomerang, because that kind of has everything in it. So we're going to cross one ankle, really squeeze the base of the tush together, hands by your sides. Take a breath in, focus those eyes, that's home position. Curl the tail and do a roll over, switch the legs, come up, balance and teaser, shoot your hands back like rowing, dive all the way over, roll the hands around to the ankles and roll up. Breathe in. Exhale, back. Switch, open, close. Come up, balance and teaser. Float the arms back, dive over. Bring the arms around and roll up. Two more. Breathe in. Exhale, back. Switch, open, close. Come up, balance. Swing back. I lost it. And come around, but hopefully you are brilliant. And last one. Back. Open, close. Come up, balance, hold that teaser, hold, swing back, reach all the way around, and roll up. So I'm looking at the clock, thinking that I better stop or we'll get cut off, because I know how Instagram is. I want to thank you all so much for joining me, and if you have any further tributes, you can email. I want to announce again the email. Those of you who may have joined us late, Bob Valley, Jen's husband, is creating a foundation that will help new Pilates teachers get certified. There'll be an award, hopefully annually, if we can keep the fund going. So you can email him. The foundation isn't set up yet. He's going to be taking contributions, but it's not set up yet, so there's a special email that you can contact him with, and then he'll be in touch when the foundation is set up. So this is the email, jstaceyfoundation, very easy, all run together, jstaceyfoundation@earthlink.net. So I hope you'll all send something, even something small. Jen was such a brainiac. She was so much more educated than myself. And she knew all the anatomy, all the kinesiology. She, I think, had a Bachelor of Science. She was really, really something, and she loved learning. So I think this is the best
tribute that we can keep in our community, that there's an annual award in her name and in her honor. So I want to thank you all so much for joining me and wish you all the best for a wonderful, happy Independence Day weekend. And thank God we live in this country and we are free. And give some thought to that, because it's something we took for granted, I think, until this last year when we were shut down. And now we're able to exercise our freedoms because other people have made the ultimate sacrifice. So thanks again for joining to honor Jen. And I believe there'll be follow-up to this. We're hoping maybe a memorial on Zoom. So do contact Bob at that email. All right, and feel free to DM me anytime. I'm a good conduit. And here's to Jen and to love and to her life. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.